Good evening and welcome. Leanne Vine, first in the house. Unbelievable. Okay, I think I've overfilled my whiskey glass. So you'll have to bear with me tonight. I think I might have overfilled my whiskey glass. Honestly. Karen Evans, good evening. Graham Allison, evening all. Abigail French and Tim Weston. So what's it been like, everyone? All five of you in the house tonight. We are on a roll, aren't we? Obviously, got in here a bit early, didn't we, really? Should we let the rest catch up? Good evening, Steve Pace. Good evening, Pete. Steve, top of the morning to your whiskey. Just my hand slipped with the whiskey. I reckon there's a couple of shots in there, isn't there? We'll have to see how we get through it. Tracy Dodds is in the house. Good evening to you, Tracy, as well. Honestly, they're rolling in now. We've got at least 7 people. David Jones, we've got at least 7 people in the house tonight. 8 now, 10. Well, there must be so much good stuff on television. That would cost you 50 quid in a pub. Yeah, you're right, Steve. It would cost you a packet in a pub, wouldn't it? Yeah. It's good whiskey as well because it's very smooth. It's like you don't know you've been drinking it till the next morning, Sue said. Especially if you mix it with wine. Hi from the dog room with potato pie. With my potato pie. All right. That's interesting to know. Croft Gundogs. Potato pie. Not good for you. Not good for you. Potato. Not good for you. It's one of the carbs you need to cut out on. Unless you're skinny and you can get away with it. And some people can't they? So, one of the things I was going to talk about, meat and potato. There you go. I thought there was a love art over the meat. It just said potato. It meant that's what it said. Meant room with meant. No, I'm fat. Well, I'm not saying nothing. It's like calling the kettle black, isn't it? Is that copper kettle? Can you say that? Steady now. Anyway, I thought we'd have more people in here tonight. Obviously, they're getting bored, aren't they? What I was going to say is anybody watching any professional videos out there where they're actually showing you problem dogs? Have you ever seen a professional gun dog video? I'm not interested really in pet dog training. I'm talking about gun dog training. Has anybody seen any professional gun dog training videos where they're actually addressing problems? Dogs with problems because the owners have allowed things to get out of hand. The dog has taken over. Has anybody ever seen a professional dog training video where they show the use of discipline? Now, there's a lot of them out there, and I've been looking at them lately and going through some old stuff, and it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. Suppress the dog early on, destroy the drive, and I haven't seen anybody addressing problem dogs. Now, how many videos over the years have I put up on the internet with clients with problem dogs and how I address the problems? Surely those videos are far more valuable than the glossed over professional videos. Now, one of the reasons I mentioned that is I shared it with Facebook and I shared it onto the Corleone chat or Patreon about only a few years ago. Some fat little old bloke. Oh no, that's the fat at the top. I'm getting carried away. Good evening, not the tables callers. And what I'm saying is, has anybody ever who's on here? Anybody ever watched a video where it's a professional video of a professional trainer, so-called professional trainer, where they're addressing issues of problem dogs. They're actually talking about people's problem dogs and how to put them right. Because what's the most valuable videos you could watch if you had a problem dog? How to get over the problem. It's lovely, isn't it? If you don't put problems into dogs, and if you suppress the behaviors before you start, you're not going to have a dog that's going to push boundaries. But if you don't suppress the dog and you create drive and desire, see, this is it. See, I want somebody to come up with somebody who has been putting videos out there that shows using discipline at the right time, explaining how we use discipline, but also showing you problem dogs and how we get over those problems. And I keep thinking to myself, shall I make a video and put it on the market, Chris Upton's way of Corleone way, the way we train, and then will that bring in more people into Patreon? Yeah, you're right, Steve. Caesar Milan, but Caesar Milan's not a gun dog trainer. And I think one of the things I did say is I'm not talking about pet trainers, because I know a few pet trainers who will talk about. Gary Brooks will talk about it. But we're not talking about. We're talking about putting up the videos. And so you're right, Steve. Probably Caesar Milan is one of the few individuals that actually show correcting a dog and changing the mindset of the dog. And yet he's been hammered. He's been hammered because of, or you're using discipline. Now, what I want to know is this. I've been watching some stuff on the internet. The more I've been watching on the internet about how toxic the internet is becoming, the more I think, is it worth being on the internet? Now, if you're not on the internet and you just live down in sunny Cornwall, you've got to only hit a certain amount of clientele unless you put yourself out there. I've never been a fan of TikTok. Is anybody on here a fan of TikTok? Do you like watching trainers on TikTok? Let's talk about, do you like watching dog trainers? Oh, because there won't be enough gun dog trainers. There will be some. Good evening, Frank Casey. Adam Hudson's in the house. He obviously is not out looking for yellow eyes. Is anybody who actually likes TikTok? I can't stand TikTok. And I've never been on TikTok. I've got no desire to be on TikTok. Right now, is that for the vain? Is that for the people who want to be noticed, who want to be followed by millions of people? Don't do any social media, only YouTube. Yeah, I do YouTube. I enjoy YouTube. But the more you look into it, the more you get into it, you realize that a lot of it is manipulated. There was a Tony Blair conversation on tonight before I came live, and he said, do you think the internet is good or bad? And he said, I think it's bad because you've got people on there and they're not telling the truth and all this and all this. And before that, the media, but he controlled the media, didn't he? And he lied, didn't he? I put some of my stuff on TikTok, not taken. I like the editing. I like the editing on TikTok. There you go. But I cannot. I'm being honest with you. I cannot stand TikTok myself. I don't go on there, so I couldn't tell you what TikTok's like. But a lot of people are talking about it and saying this is creating such problems for kids. For kids, Benny Boy's in the house. He's back. They're saying it's creating so many problems for kids, and I think it's creating so many problems for dog trainers as well, because it's like, look at my five, short blast of video, and you get a massive following by going on TikTok. You get a massive following, but hey, each to their own, I say. But I have to put myself out there. I don't put myself out there for vanity. I put myself out there for frustration of seeing all the shit out there on media and the lies and the propaganda. And I feel that we have to fight back to a certain extent. But I think I'm getting to the point that, am I banging my head against the wall? You've got Gary Wilkes. Gary Wilkes talks so much about the real science behind dog training. He's talking about reality, about discipline at the right time, and he's got a massive following, but he's never made a living on the internet, and he's now gone over to a medium that says, join this, you can subscribe. Now, if I think some of his stuff is absolutely fantastic, but I'm a gun dog trainer. I'm looking for that new kid on the block. Not the old schools, because I've showed you the old schools. I'm not really impressed with the old schools. How about you guys? Now you've watched these old school videos that I've put up. Are you impressed? Have you found anybody yet who think, frickin' hell, that bloke just stands out? He's something frickin' special. I personally haven't, but I don't want to sort of put words in your mouth. Have you seen anybody I've shared yet breaking down the videos and gone, yeah, but this guy's freaking knows, this guy stands out from everybody else? I'd be quite happy to tell you. And there is a couple of trainers videos out there that I really enjoy over the years because it's so similar to me. It's unbelievable, but they're not showing you problem dogs and they're not showing you corrections, because society says you'll be hammered in the wide world web if you talk about discipline, you talk about correction, if you suppress a dog. Well, they're suppressing a dog from the start, from puppy. And that's exactly what Gary Wilkes was talking about today, what I read an article about how you change the mindset. You don't keep the puppy in the litter to grow up in the litter and develop and learn from the litter. They get dragged away from the litter, given to a human, and completely mind fucked. That's the closest word I can give you. Mind fucked. Treated completely different to what a dog should be treated like, a puppy should be treated like. And where did she come from? She's been in the corner. She's not said nothing. Now she says, eating everybody. We're talking about 12 minutes in. Sorry I'm late. She's up to something, isn't she, you lot? Don't show it, and their videos are so often edited to present a false picture. Yeah, exactly. And we've actually shown it. We've actually shown it, haven't we? We've actually highlighted it. But we haven't done it in the big wide world web to cause a fucking fight between everybody in the dog training world, in the gun dog world. What we've done, we've broke them down and we've gone, listen, why is he doing this? Why is she doing that? Why are they repeating themselves? And over the last 2 months, I've been watching old videos, and the shite in their videos that I could highlight, I could spend the next 12 months bringing up video after video after video after video, showing you what not to do with old school videos. But where are the new school videos? Where is this new generation of dog trainers that have got such a skill set now because of the internet and the seminars that everybody's taking, everybody's seminars? Everybody's going on these seminars, and I can learn so much by going on 17 to 20 seminars. I can class myself as very educated. Not if they're freaking pulling the wool over your eyes. Not if they're pulling the wool over your eyes. Where are these so-called professional dog trainers who are showing you how to put corrections into dogs that have problems, or how to do it with love and affection and food? Like, there's this guy at the moment, that one who talks non-stop and says, he got a beard, and I'm not going to mention his name, and he goes, you don't watch my videos because you have a dog that's trained. You'll have a dog that is not a problem dog. You'll have a dog. Don't tune into my videos. Don't tune into my videos because your dog will be an easy dog. It won't have a problem. You'll have a brilliant recall. You'll have a brilliant stuff on the dog. You'll have a bond on the dog that you won't believe. And everyone's going, yeah, I've got to go in there. I've got to go in there. I've got to pay for it. I've got to pay for it. What a freaking load of shite. What a load of shite. Put the video footage up and let's see it. That clown was on something. Yeah, I seen it, Graham. I seen it today. Don't purchase my video. Don't purchase my package. Don't come over to my. You have a dog that's easy. Freaking, he lives near me. There we go. You know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking of shaving my head, cutting my beard off, and becoming a monk. I'm just gonna fucking shake a bell every time I got a friggin' I got a problem. Some people won't show the discipline on social because they think they will get hated and get called a bad person. There you go, Benny boy. There you go. But the crazy thing is, who's going to pass on the knowledge that we've learned? And we've worked hard to learn the skill set, because it's no different than saying today's kids can't cope with pressure. Today's kids are antisocial when they're out because there's no consequence for being antisocial on the internet. You could say they watch video games on the internet and they're playing video games all the time. They live in a false world. I said to someone this week, and I think it was somebody in our group, I said, hang on, as a kid, I played cowboys and Indians. How many of us at my sort of age played cowboys and Indians when we were kids? Why did we play cowboys and Indians? Anybody know why we played cowboys and Indians when we were kids? I'll tell you, because of that bloody Hi-O Silver, wasn't it? Hi-O Tonto. Tonto was Indian, wasn't he? Hey, the Lone Ranger. Who used to go to the pictures and watch freaking kids' pictures on a Saturday morning? And it was that horse, that cowboy, and his Indian mate. Hey, how many people used to watch the John Wayne films as kids, where they're fighting the Indians round the wagons, taking scalps? Because we had that in our lives, did it all turn us into freaking violent, nasty freaking criminals who went out looking to freaking attack Indians? No, it didn't. So what they're saying is, as a puppy, those early stages of that puppy is so important. And what that puppy learned in that Champion the Wonder Horse. Yes, Steve, I remember it well. Champion the Wonder Horse. Remember that? She does. She's older than us. Hers are all in black and white. Ours are in colour, some of them. I won't tell you her age. But what I'm saying is, like, just because a kid is watching Teletubbies, it doesn't mean later on in life he's going to be messed up because he watched Teletubbies, is it? So if a kid is in that fantasy world and jumping out of freaking trees and climbing up ropes and, you know, living that lifestyle out in the countryside, or out in the town, or on the wrecks where, you know, on the derelict houses in the 60s, 70s. What about Mr. Bean? Hey, Benny, keep that to yourself. I'm not freaking talking to you anymore. What about Mr. Bean? I've got a question, Chris. Brilliant. My friend, you think you get a better working dog if the kennel. What do you think, Chris? My dogs are in kennels and seems to work well for me. I know people who've got field trial champions that live on the settee, but I also know people who've got dogs in kennels, and a dog in a kennel has not got the distractions of what some of these dogs have got when they're out the kennel having freedom. So there's a mixed problem. You get your positives and you get your negatives, but it all depends on how you socialize them. If you let them counter surf and you let them take over and you let them bark at everything that comes to the door, you'll have a barky dog. And then when people approach you with another dog, sometimes they become not fearful so much, but like assertive, and they'll bark. There's a balance, and I think the balance is Mr. Ed, the talking horse. Yeah, but they call me a fucking idiot. I watched Bill and Ben. That was my fucking problem. Steve, I watched Bill and Ben. Remember that? Who remembers that other one with that donkey? What was that? That's going back a bit further, isn't it? What's the name of the mule? Come on, someone must tell me that. Come on, some of you older geezers, come on. I loved Bill and Ben. Yeah, so did I. It was so simple in them days, wasn't it? Muffin the Mule. There you go. I knew you'd know, David. I was waiting for someone to say it. Muffin the Mule. You can't get away with that these days, can you? If you start muffin the mule, eh? All doctors and nurses. Stop it, Leanne Vine. She started already. She's trying to get me going. Doctors and nurses. I remember wearing suspenders myself and going on a drag night round town in high heels. Steve's onto it. Look, Muffin. Peter's onto it. Muffin the Mule is not a sex offence, everybody, says Peter Piper. But the thing is, I'm only 35, Croft Gundogs. I watched with Mother. And it had Bill and Ben on it, yeah. But it's funny, isn't it? Because it's like what they're saying is the early stages of the puppy is so important to get the foundation into the dog, the basics into the dog, because that's their best time to learn. Because they're copying. They're like a child copying. Well, why don't we all send the children to university at the age of 2? Oh, Dave, stop it. Stop it. Bag puss. Some of you people are going to get locked up here. We're going to get censored in a minute, honestly. Hey, talk about that. Who remembers that? Oh, what was it called? That detective thing with what's her name? The Clangers. No, I'm not going there. Graham Allison. The Clangers. No, I'm not going there. Are you giving out? Yeah. Are you giving out names of blue films? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, as a kid, with porn, Deep Throat was the biggest fucking film out there at one point. Jesus Christ, did we all turn into sex maniacs? Yeah, I did. No, not all of us. Not all of us. I watched a play today, and it was about the police, and it was about somebody who got raped, and it was a true story. And she was 49 years old, and she'd never had sex. Never had sex. I didn't think there was anybody in the country at 49 who hadn't had sex. But hey, you learn something every day, don't you? Now, Steve, this is getting freaking ridiculous. Finger Bob, yes. Jimmy Savile freaking favourite, that wasn't it? Yes, David, Joe 90. And the Thunderbirds are go. I love the theme tune to Joe 90.
I like Clarence, the boss side.
Here we go. Hear that in the background, everyone? She was protected. She liked Clarence and the Boss-Eyed Lion.
I like him when he's a little boss-eyed.
So anyway, this is an old one, isn't it? This is an old one. The Bible. This is another thing. How many of you are really religious? If you're really religious, just give me a yes. If you're not religious, say absolutely freaking nothing. And we'll get the idea. If you're really religious, just give us a yes. You don't have to tell us what religion. You could be a Sikh for all I care. But at the end of the day, if you're religious, just give us a yes. We got 24 people in the house. Rainbow. Is that the religion? Or is that fucking... Oh, Jeffrey? Benny Boy, 50-50. Well, take it or leave it. Benny Boy, not really religious, are you? 50-50. Okay. I'm asking for a friend. Skippy the kangaroo, stop it.
Yeah.
He found my brother down the well. Good day, Skippy.
Yeah. Oh, what's the other one with the dolphin?
Lassie. No, not the dolphin. Flipper. Honestly, it gets freaking worse. Now stop it. What's this? Name the freaking TV program.
That was good, Flipper.
Oh, stop it, Peter. You're a bit late. We've already mentioned it. Anyway, did you realise that Lassie was trained by a guy who used to use discipline. Fucking that worked, didn't it? Now, name that trainer. Name that trainer. Is there anybody on here who follows me? Name that trainer who trained Lassie. And he trained a lot of film dogs as well. No, and we're not going there, but Benny boy. Free Willy got me into trouble years ago. You don't want a free Willy these days. Anyway, I like that freaking. If you were talking about TV programs, I like that Ironside. He had a fucking wheelchair and he solved every case, didn't he, with a fucking wheelchair? I think that's freaking amazing, isn't it? That just shows that anybody can freaking solve a crime, can't they? Never think you're restricted. So, what I was saying, I don't freaking remember what I was saying because you're freaking just throwing in these freaking. Bob, what the freaking hell's Bob? So we got one person out of freaking 21 on here. And he's on the fence because he's 50-50, as Sue said, sitting on the fence. Right? Johnny 5. What the freaking hell? Stop it now, you lot. So anyway, let's get back to the freaking proper discussion, shall we? So what they're saying now is religion kept you all in-house. So you behaved yourselves better. I'm sorry, but religion has caused more shit than freaking anything I know. When you look at the wars and the people who've supposed to be so-called religious and then get involved and get caught out doing certain things. Now, you can't blame everybody because there must be some lovely people who, because of religion, believes that everything they do, God sees, and he will strike you down and you'll be going to hell and you won't be going to heaven. But I can't believe that on the internet, people like Jordan Peterson is taking extracts from the Bible that was man-made. Not one person wrote it. It was just a mixture of loads of stuff. The difference in the age when they wrote it kept changing. What things, Chris? What are you on about, Frank? Help me now. Fables. Come on, you're throwing me, Frank. Come on, what things? I'm not having to go at anybody who is religious, but what I'm saying is, I was going to ask you a question, and I've said this before. Jesus had a teddy bear. If you read the Bible, Jesus had a teddy bear. Now gameplay again, isn't it? If you think about it, Jesus had a teddy bear. What was Jesus's teddy bear called?
Well, they should all get it.
I'm going to give you a clue. He was like Clarence, that lion. Clarence, the lion. He looked down his nose, his eyes went in. So hang on, Sue said you should all know it because you've heard it. I've said this so many times. Let's remember, if you listen to Chris or you don't. Ping pong, no, Fables. Evening, Chris. It's been a while since I tuned in and joined the stream tonight. Good for you. You're like in the free Willy. Flipper, yeah, you're loving it. Eh? We don't have to talk shit on here. Someone said the other night. We do, don't we? Anyway, look at the whiskey. It's going down. I reckon by the time we get to the bottom, we'll have to freaking leave. So anyway, we've got 24 people in the house at the moment. I had to slip across my back for my legs. That's I had. What the freaking hell's Penny Boy on about? I'm asking you that Jesus had a teddy bear. If the religious, what was he called? And I gave you a clue.
I cannot believe that somebody has not
I'll try and do it for you. Look. That's what it was. Can you see it there or not? I can't freaking see it. Yeah. Teddy, no. No. Ha ha.
I cannot believe that one person doesn't know.
Bloody bear was called Gladly. Because if you read the Bible, it said Gladly, the cross-eyed bear. I'm wasting my freaking time on it. A simple freaking thing. Gladly, the cross-eyed bear.
I cannot believe that Peter Oh, Steve,
None
I
of them.
remember.
No, it just went past their heads, did it, Sue?
They must have been drinking too much.
Mm.
I mean, how many times have you told that?
The problem is, what do you mean piss yourself laughing? It's like the cross-eyed bear. Yes, that's it, David. Well done. The cross-eyed bear. Gladly. He was bald-eyed. Jesus had a teddy bear. I'm freaking dyslexic and I read the Bible. Now, I read the Bible because I had nothing better to do. Right? So I sat and read the whole Bible. Being dyslexic, I found it very, very confusing. Very, very confusing. Right? Now, there was Piers Morgan on this week with a number of different people. And one of the people was one of the guys who doesn't believe in religion. And he said, I love the songs. I love walking around churches. I love the ambience of being in that place and how powerful it feels and how much effort went into all those beautiful buildings. And I can sing the songs and get joy from the songs, but I'm not religious. And Piers Morgan tried to rip an hole in his arsehole and said, how can you freaking not be religious if you do that? Well, you can freaking like watching porn. It doesn't mean you're a porn star, does it? Now, Leanne's thrown me here. Rudd Weatherwax. You've thrown me completely, Leanne. You're going to have to tell me what the frick you're talking about because now I want to know. Is it a lubricant? What the? Where did that come from, girl? Yeah, David's got the freaking cross-eyed bear, look. He's actually got the cross-eyed bear on the thing there, look. She is the new weather woman. Bob, the dog trader lassie. Waterproofing your fish. What the fuck? Oh, you lot are freaking throwing me. You're throwing me some freaking rotten now, honestly. You're throwing me something rotten. Anyway, I'll tell you what I've been watching this week. I've been watching Ray Winston in Sicily. And I absolutely love Sicily. And Sue took me to Sicily for my 50th. And we did the main cities and couldn't get out of them quick enough and get up on the hills. And I wanted to go and see where The Godfather was filmed up on the hills in Sicily. And we got up there and it was fantastic. And it was out in the wild. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was beautiful walking in that beautiful weather. It was a storm and you got freaking taken out to sea in a freaking Fiat 500. Hey, it was a memory. It was a trip you won't forget. Anyway, we watched Etna. We sat in a hotel up in the mountains and watched Etna, and we were drinking wine, and we had a lovely time for my 50th. And I'd love to go there again if I ever get my passport freaking back, because I'm international freaking villain after freaking upsetting so many people on the internet. They took my passport off me. No, it ran out. Actually, it ran out. I haven't freaking renewed it. You lot all the freaking time. You lot. Jeff's just come back from freaking USA after being out there for a month and a half. He's been out there. USA. I said, what was it like? He says, fucking boring. Absolutely fucking boring. He says, lovely to see my son and his daughter and his grandson. He says, but to us, it is absolutely fucking boring. That's a while ago, Chris. Fuck off, Frank. Frank! I used to like you. Yeah, it was. It was a few years ago now. I reckon I have to get a new passport photo now. I look like freaking granddad from freaking Only Fools and Horses. Oh, no one's mentioned Only Fools and fucking Horses. Oh, fucking no one mentioned Trigger. We're talking about horses. Trigger. Only Fools and Horses. Anyway, my eyes are hurting me. They're quite sore. Oh, I've been doing that much watching videos, not porn, videos, said. That's a while ago, Chris. Oh, you fucking done that one. See what's happening? Throws me again, look. I read the same freaking thing again. I take my glasses off, wipe my eye, put them back on, I read the same freaking thing.
Don't get the ad. Weatherwax was the original, then that was.
I don't know. I ain't got a freaking clue.
You've been drinking, Leanne.
I think she's on a coat, isn't she?
Yeah, I thought that.
Put her on a barber, innit? On a barber. I don't know.
Godmother was the original then Bob that was.
Yeah, I don't. That's something to do with horses, isn't it? Uncle Albert. Yeah, Uncle Albert. He used to tell some freaking tales, didn't he? Hey, hey. When I had the record shop, I used to have a bloke who's like 4 doors down, really friendly. And he had a music shop. He used to have trumpets, guitars, and all that. And they used to come in on a regular basis. Really nice, both of them. One was full of bullshit, and the other one was a real genuine fucking Promovian. Not Promovian, Promovian. That means you come from fucking Plymouth. If anyone knows what that means. Sue told me that. So anyway,
You're a Janner.
A Janner. Or a fucking Janner, see? That's what fucking Rain Rooney's having problems with at the moment. He's having to fucking shake hands with everyone because no one can understand him and he can't understand anyone. He ended up getting on the Kreml ferry, thought he's going to fucking France. Ended up over in Kreml. He thought this was fucking France. They had to tell him, no, this isn't France. He's just across the other side of the fucking Tamar. Next minute, he's up Mercedes. He's on Mercedes. That didn't sound very good, did it? No, not an old woman. Mercedes. No, he was up Mercedes-Benz. He was at Mercedes-Benz taking a fucking photo. I mean, for one reason, they probably at least giving him a fucking Mercedes while he's in Plymouth. My old man step. What the frick is going on here?
Rude Weatherwax trained lassie.
No way. No way. Just wait there.
Google.
Just wait there. Everybody, talk amongst yourselves. I've left the auditorium. Oh, frick, I can't see a thing, Susan. Get the light on over here. Please, Susan, help me.
Hang on, give me torch. I'm not switching the light on.
That's it. Okay. Are you all right? You're talking amongst yourselves? Fucking better than me talking, isn't it? I just hope you're having a fucking good time. Oh my God, they're onto a step-toe now and Bob. Okay, the Keeler method. Dog training, the Keeler method. Certified techniques by movies. Most experienced dog trainer. Can you see the dogs on it? Do you know any of those dogs? William Keeler has combined a long life love of dogs with his job as chief trainer for Walt Disney Studios, director of obedience training. Be careful now. World's largest dog club, Orange Empire of California, instructor for the U.S. Army Canine Corps, the inventor of revolutionary training methods admired. He has personally supervised the training of over 15,000 dogs of all breeds. His methods have been used to train at least 500,000 more. I'll tell you what. Look at that. Signed. Right? And it says in there that a wonderful trio of Walt Disney's unforgettable films. The incredible journey, trained by the author of the book Dodger, the Bull Terrier, the Siamese Cat, Labrador Retriever. Then it goes on and it talks about Lassie. Isn't that funny? Everybody thought Lassie did it naturally. Who trained Lassie? See? Everybody thought Lassie trained itself. Oh my God. William is a fibber, liar, bum on fire. What about Barbara Woodhouse? She was a freaking right school teacher, wasn't she? She was a battle axe, wasn't she, Barbara? She was into obedience for everybody, wasn't she? Come on, children. First line of that book says good luck. What the freaking are you on about? Isn't it funny?
It says here, Bob Weatherwax, Lassie's trainer, dies in 83.
There you go.
He worked alongside his father, Rude Weatherwax, as a member of an iconic family of animal trainers. So Bob Weatherwax.
Right. Okay. So Keeler was lying, was he? So freaking as David Jones says, he's a fibber. Liar, liar, bomb on fire. Well, there you go.
The Lassie method of dog training, Ruth Weatherwax was the owner and trainer of Lassie.
The bastard.
And back in 1971, he published a very basic dog training book.
Basic. I wonder why it was basic. What if it was like these old trainers? Basic. Do you know what? I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. So I'm going to withdraw what I said as perhaps I gave you wrong information. Perhaps Keeler only trained a certain amount of these so-called film star dogs for Disney. And perhaps Lassie was not one of them. But do you honestly think that Lassie was one dog? There you go. Now I've got you thinking. Because Lassie wasn't one dog. Because they had to train a number of Lassies. And I've seen a documentary about that. So, did Ruth Weatherwax train one? And did you ask who trained Lassie? There you go. There you go. You freaking told me, didn't you? Now I've learned something tonight. I bet it wasn't positive only. You can't say that. I bet he used to give him a tanning, didn't he? Leatherwax. He used to give him a tanning. That was a freaking joke. I mean, it was straight off the top of my head. That some of you would be lost in that, wouldn't you? Anyway, anybody got this book? Has anybody got this book? Working Fingers and Cockers by Mike Smith. Right? Has anybody got them? Look, I've tried training several women and it hasn't worked for me. This is the old point, isn't it, Dave? This is the old point. I'm such a sexist. I keep going back to the film Camelot, and Sue's going to tell you what freaking Arthur said to Merlin. No, what Merlin said to Arthur when Arthur was pissed off because Guinevere was banging Sir Lancelot, and he loved her like crazy, and she drove him fucking mental, and he couldn't work out what the no man can. Ooh, listen to that, everybody. From the strongest woman in the house. No man can train a woman.
I'm not surprised, Peter. No man can.
Honestly, you lot. Honestly, you're on a power trip, you lot.
Yes, Steve's got it right. In a number of years Lassie go, it would have been the oldest dog in the world.
Exactly, Steve. Exactly. And at the end of the day, what these days you're watched if you take a dog onto a film set, and they've got a union now. They've got a fucking union. Years ago, dog just got worked, didn't it? The horses got worked. Now got a union. Fucking Benny Boy's on one again. Look, anyone excited for pheasant season this year? How many years you been doing it, Benny Boy? You need to tickle their fancy, David. That works all day long. Steve's right. Steve's right. And like it says in Camelot, I'm gonna get myself in freaking trouble. I might get banned for this. Merlin and King Arthur. King Arthur he is. King Arthur. Who played King Arthur in Camelot? Come on. Somebody must know, because I know. Go on, tell me it was Barry McGuigan. No, it wasn't. Tell me who played King Arthur in Camelot. Camelot? 2 years ago. Benny Boy, no wonder you get excited over the pheasant season. Come on, somebody must know. Oh, come on. I just don't believe it. I'm just a word of information. False information tonight, obviously. with Lassie. I think got that wrong, haven't I? Anyway. Was it the first Lassie he trained? Sean Connery? No. Jimmy who? Jimmy who? Come on, someone must know. I'm going to tell you because you're all Googling. Richard Harris was King Arthur. Michael Jackson. I fucking remember, anyway, you're leaving the auditorium in a minute. We're going to put you in 10 minutes fucking time out if you carry on. Right? What have you been smoking, Benny boy, for frig's sake? Anyway, never try and understand what a woman is thinking. This is what Merlin said to King Arthur when King Arthur was crying in his arms. A man called Horse. Yes, David. A man who knows his films, and a brilliant film as well. That was my next answer. Fuck it, Benny boy, you're on a roll. Michael Jackson and Jimmy fucking Osmond, or Jimmy Savile. So anyway, this is a true story, everybody. You don't believe me? Go and watch King Arthur at Camelot, and it was a brilliant film. I loved it. Camelot. The principles of Camelot and the Round Table and justice and giving everybody a chance and not, King not being a dictator are fantastic ideas, and I've loved it ever since, and I still love that film. And that's why we go down to Camelot Castle down in Bodmin. Bodmin, fucking Bodmin. That's Bodmin Jail. That's different. That's history.
Your ancestors.
Yeah, what she said, my ancestors come from Bodmin Jail. No, they didn't. They all got fucking hung. How did they come from Bodmin Jail?
That's quite sad when you read all that.
Oh, sad. Anyway, it was fucking hell, in the background. You can never freaking argue with a woman, can you? Just don't be stupid. Of course you can argue with a woman. As long as you agree she's right. Yeah, so anyway, never try and understand what a woman is thinking. And he then paused for about 2 seconds. And he went, because they don't do it very often. I fucking fell off my chair, and I've used that quote ever since. And I can always back it up. But hang on, that was Merlin. That was Merlin. And he was a fucking wizard. So don't fucking tell me that I'm sexist. It was Merlin. I've seen that one as well, David. Come a lot. That's another one. That is the 70s. That was the 70s. I forget. That bloke who got done for raping women and who was into sex films, and that big fat guy with lots of curly hair. He did a film called Camelot. Camelot. I didn't show it, Sue. I just didn't want to be let down.
Am I allowed to say that?
Too late, David. Too late, David. That is, you freaking said it, haven't you? Hey, everyone's left the auditorium. We got 25 people in. They've actually left the auditorium. They've gone. You nice, Stevie. I'm down on the shore this weekend for duckies. Oh my fucking Jesus. Listen, everyone. Listen. Watch this. Hang on. If we can get there. Okay, I've been really, really kind to him. You can say anything you want now about Benny Boy. I've put him in timeout for 5 minutes. I could have put him in there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I've been a real gentleman. He can't hear us, or he can hear us, but he can't fucking answer us. Right, so Benny Boy, message deleted by Corleone Gundogs. It says it all the way down, everything he said. I didn't mean to really wipe him out completely. He might never come. He might be a fucking snowflake. He might never come back. I hope you can hear this, Benny Boy. Realize that I didn't mean to send you to Armageddon. I never meant to send you to hell, because you're on the freaking line between 50-50, aren't you? Heaven or hell, right? I haven't sent you to hell. I was just taking the piss, actually, and put you in timeout for 5 minutes.
And hold that. You've got to hold that with a star, because how many have been in time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't put people in timeout very often, Benny Boy, and I only did it for a joke, because I believe in freedom of speech. You've talked shit all night, but I believe in free speech. What did it for me, Benny Boy, is when we went duckies. Fucking duckies. I'm on the duckies. Fucking hell, Benny Boy. Get a fucking life when you come back in. You apologize to everybody. You're gonna what on one shoot we used to have. What do we used to have? We used to go on. The keeper used to drive up the hill, had all the guns in place in the valleys. The keeper used to drive up the hill, and he used to bang the side of his truck, and he'd been feeding the ducks for months by driving up to the top of the hill, banging the side of his truck. The ducks would go up the hill, and they'd go up the hill 2 by 2, but in a beautiful line, 2 by 2. Now, I don't know whether it was Drake and Mallard or Gay Duck and Gay Duck. I can't remember. It was that long ago. But they used to go up the hill. It looked fascinating. It looked fantastic. And he used to bang the side of his truck when they get back to the top of the hill. And then they fly around, because obviously you've been feeding them at the top of the hill by doing that. And then they'd fly off, and people would start shooting them. And some of the lady guns went, "Oh, isn't that wonderful, watching those ducks all go up the hill 2 by 2 in a straight line all the way up." And then there was the slaughter. And then they went, "Oh no, that's terrible." All because Ducky is being shot. Ducky. Fucking Ducky. Is he an auntie or something? Benny boy, when you come back on, please don't tell us you're an auntie. No, I'm an uncle. Anyway. Does anybody...
When you go back to Ducky, you'll like duck.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with shooting, darling.
Yeah, but you still say duck.
See what she says. I can't win, can I? I can't win. Argumentative as hell on water, because I've allowed it. I've allowed her to have freedom of speech, and now she says just anything she wants, and I have to go, "Yes, darling. Whatever you say, darling. Whatever you say." I agree, Steve. It's fucking crackers, isn't it? It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? It's a little bit sort of cruel, isn't it? Leading the duck up to the top of the hill, flap them off the fucking top of the hill, and then shoot the shit out of them. I didn't think it was very funny myself. Call me a snowflake. I mean, I don't mind shooting duck, get them off the pond. We've all gone on the pond with the umbrellas and fucking send the dogs on, and they won't get up. It's part and parcel. If they don't get up on the day, I'm not really fucking bothered. Okay, the host, the owner, is pissed off because he hasn't had a duck flight. But at the end of the day, everybody used to say, can all the beaters bring an umbrella next week? Because we need to get the duck off the pond. And I've watched these people trying to get the duck off the pond. And they say, "Has anybody got a dog that will go on the pond and get the duck up?" Yeah, I got a dog that will go on the pond and get the duck up. But it depends how big the pond is. Because they just get up and drop back in 10 feet, 15 feet in front of the dog. Dog's swimming out there, gets to the fucking duck. The dog fucking fly out. The dog flies over the duck. No, that was Latty who was fucking flying over the fucking duck. It was my dogs used to like turn around and go, "Fucking hell, not again. Get out, get out." I used to fucking work them on the fucking pond for 20 minutes, stop the duck getting back in. But down there in the valley, they didn't realise what I was doing, just to keep them ducks flying. Sorry, guys and girls, for the duckies. Not the ant. I'm only joking, Benny boy. He obviously heard it. No problem at all. You have to be sorry. I was taking a piss. It was a joke on my behalf, and I didn't realise all your comments would be freaking retracted. It's as if you said something sexually deviant. We don't struggle for that shit on here. No offense taken, Benny boy. You say what you like on here. We'll just freaking attack you if we don't like what you say. You can say what you like.
But you're an adult. It's ducks.
It's ducks. The ducks. The ducks on the pond, not duckies. I'm joking, duckies. You know what? He keeps repeating himself now. Like Steve said, crackers. That's crackers. That's it. That's it. That's the whole point. So yeah, so I don't know where I was now, because you've all talked shit all night, and I've just been dragged along with it. I was actually trying to be sensible tonight. I was trying to get into the woman's mind. We've got a few women on here, and they've probably left the auditorium and said, because you talk shit. No, it wasn't me. It was King Arthur, and he was desperate. Guinevere was doing the dirty on. With who? Who was Guinevere doing the dirty with? If you've been listening to me tonight, I have actually mentioned it. Who was Guinevere doing the dirty with? Anybody?
Well, that's an easy peasy one.
Oh, even Sue knows that one. Come on.
Oh, don't tell me you're having to Google it.
Yeah, he used to use his tool on a regular basis, and it was massive. Yes.
Yes, we got it.
No, you're all wrong. You're all wrong. It was Sir Lancelot. It wasn't Lancelot. You don't fricking say Sir Tony Blair, do you? You don't say Tony Blair. You say Sir Tony Blair, don't you? It was Sir Lancelot. He was a bloody Sir. Kneel. He knighted him. He knighted him. So there, yeah. Well, guys, I'm glad the Welsh and freaking Graham at least freaking know the story. The rest of them, they're freaking that guy down from Bob, that guy down from freaking Tintagel. Yeah. Sod, what? Sod the mind. It's better getting into the knickers. Yeah.
Dirty freaking old man.
She says, "Dirty old man, Steve." What the fuck is she on about? I agree with Steve 100%. Okay, you can't say that these days because it's going to offend someone, but fuck him, Steve. Yeah. Hang on. He wasn't a sir when he was banging her.
Honestly, you know.
Bum bum. No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Right. Honestly, girls, I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry for you girls who've been like educated this evening. I mean, perhaps he wanted to offer out his hands in the end. Perhaps he wanted to get out there. Oh, Leanne's still here. Thank God for that. She's got earphones on, though. She's got earphones on. She's not listening, but she's laughing. Frank Casey, what a freaking evening tonight, isn't it? Hey, what a freaking... It's just turned into a freaking charade, isn't it, tonight? Hey. Anyway, who liked the musicals of the 70s, 60s and 70s? I don't think they did that many in the 80s, did they? But who liked the musicals? I was really into musicals. I mean, what was that one with Shirley MacLaine in? That was brilliant. And it had Sammy Davis Jr. in it, wasn't it? Cruel to Your Daddy. You can't say that these days, can you? Cruel to Your Daddy. I think you're being freaking cruel, wouldn't they? Donald Duck. What the frick, Leanne? Donald Duck? Was it a musical? Freaking honestly, Leanne, some days you're Daffy Duck. Aren't we rude tonight, eh? Aren't we being rude tonight, lads? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see. Oh, it's getting worse, isn't it? Anyway, I've only got 2.5 minutes. I haven't been freaking taken down yet. I haven't been taken off the internet yet. I'm surprised with all the freaking rules and regulations they're trying to throw at us at the moment. Did you see that thing about the migrant hotels? And they've got to keep 3,000 places free. So they're playing hotels. No, 3. I've just changed. It's 3. 3,000 places, migrant hotel beds empty that they're paying because they want to keep them ready in case more people cross in the dinghies, and they've got to give them somewhere to stay while they process them. So imagine what that's costing the country to keep all the travel lodges and all the freaking holiday inns beds available for these migrants, just in case more boatloads come over and the weather goes fine. Why don't they put them wind fucking machines on the sea and create a freaking, a force 10? They're not going to. Yes, David Jones. I love your wife, David Jones. She's dead right, and I was well into that. I absolutely love that. And who was in it? Who was in it? To ask your wife who was in it. It's easy, isn't it? Who was the sexy ginger who was in that? She was a dancer. And her mother was famous as well. Come on. MacLaine? Shirley MacLaine? Honestly, I'm freaking surprised our Scottish fan didn't. I'm surprised he didn't know that. I'm surprised our Scottish man did not know MacLaine. Who's in the house? Peter Piper. We've got some Scots in the house, and he didn't freaking straight up and go, Shirley MacLaine, ginger. Okay. So you've got 30 seconds. Any questions? I've not answered one question tonight. We've been too busy talking shit. Has anybody got any questions? Films, music, dog training,
TV shows.
bondage, TV shows, sexual positions. Come on, there must be something. It's too late. It's an hour. Hang on. Fluffy duckies.
Well, she's come up with Donald Duck, and then Steve's gone Howard the Duck. Who the hell that is? I've got no idea. No, she's come up with Fluffy Duckies.
Yeah. Remember when we used to go to the fairground as kids? We used to shoot the ducks on the fairground rides. Not on the rides, but in the stalls. You remember that? You used to shoot the duck, win a prize. Oh no, it's hook a duck, wasn't it? Can you say that these days? Hook a duck. I bet kids think it's sexual. Hook a duck. Anyway, on that note, I don't know why I've gone for hook a duck duckies.
Graham says, "Did you enjoy your whiskey?"
Well, actually, I haven't done too bad, have I, everybody? I mean, I think I deserve bollocks. Great laugh tonight. Cheers, Frank. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think personally, I've done bloody well tonight, haven't I? Hey, I've not topped it up. I just had like a quarter of a bottle left. I just put it in there. If you think that I've been rude tonight, well, fuck you. I don't care. Just a bit like Jimmy Greaves. Yeah, fucking great big fucking chin like that, isn't he? A bit like fucking Richard Harris. No, what to say? Ricky G. Greaves. Forgive me, I can't even fucking say it. You all said it last week for me. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you've had a laugh. Hope your boring freaking week has been lightened a little bit with all the shit that's going on in the background, with all the politics and all the wars and all the shit. Be safe, be happy. Bollocks. Good night, all. We do have a laugh. That's what it's about. If you can't laugh, what's the point in living? Good night, all. Chris Upton and Sue. It's been a pleasure. Don't ban me again. You friggin' snowflake. Good night, all.